welcome back to Yarn by the Glass. My name is Reese, and in today's video we are going to be crocheting some cute mommy and me totes. So they're basically the same pattern for each one, it's just the size of each one that's going to be a little bit different. I chose to make mine the same pattern for each one, but you could do different ones. I think it would still look cute that way too. And for the purposes of the tutorial portion, I'm mostly going to be showing you guys how to make this little one, just because it's going to be faster to work through while I'm showing you guys different parts of the project. All right, so let's get into what we're going to be needing for this project. So for this project, we are just going to be using any kind of yarn that you have. You can use like full skeins, you can use scrap yarn, you just get it used up. If you're like me, you want to get it all used up before the fall comes and you just want to buy all of the yarn all over again. Just whatever you think is going to look cute or look good together. And then you're going to need a crochet hook size I, the 5.25 millimeter, a pair of scissors, and a tapestry needle. All right, so once you have decided which color you want to start with, find the end of that yarn, and we are going to start by making our slip knot. All right, and we are going to start out with the magic circle. And so what that means is we're going to chain 4 and then we're going to connect it. All right, so if you're brand new to crocheting, which you might be because this isn't a very complicated project, to do a chain, you're going to grab the yarn with the hook here. You're going to twist it and you're going to pull it through the loop that was on your hook. All right, twist, pull, grab, twist, pull, grab, twist, pull. All right. And there's only 4 chains for this one, so that's really easy. And then we're going to connect it with a slip stitch. So you're going to go back into that very first chain. You're going to grab the yarn. You're going to pull through and pull through. Okay. So what we have here is a little circle. So we're going to chain 3. And then we're going to be doing some double crochets into the center of that circle. All right, whoops, not that one. And so to do that, you're going to wrap the yarn around the hook, and then you're going to insert your hook into the center of all those chains. You're going to grab the yarn, you're going to pull through. Now we have 3 sort of loops on our hook. You're going to grab the yarn, you're going to pull through the first 2. So now we have 2, and then you're going to grab the yarn and you're going to pull through the second 2. Okay, you have your double crochet. And so you're just going to keep going all the way around your circle. We're going to end up with a total of 12, with the chain 3 that we did at the beginning of this row counting as one of those double crochets. All right, and so we're essentially going to be making 11 double crochets, and it's going to count as 12. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, keep going. And once you get to 12, we are going to end this row the way we're going to end every row from here on out, with a slip stitch. So right into the top of that chain 3 space or post that we did, we're going to insert our hook. We're going to grab the yarn, we're going to pull through, and then we're going to pull through. Okay, so now we just have one continuous little circle. All right, And so now to get the square look, we're going to build off from this circle. I should have mentioned before, but the mini and the mommy versions are going to be exactly the same up to a certain point, and I will let you know when those two are. But for now, just trust that this is going to be the process for both, okay? So you're always going to start with this little circle and then move on to the next row. So we're going to chain 3 again. And then I like to go into this spot right here where there's already sort of a larger space between the post and the one next to it. And we're going to do a double crochet into that space, okay? So not into the top of the post, but between them, between the posts. And then we're going to do another double crochet. Okay, so we have 3. We're going to chain 1, and now we're going to do 3 more double crochets all into that same space. All right, so once you've reached the end of this row, you're going to make a slip stitch. And then I knew this was going to be the last one for this row, so I've already cut my piece. And now I'm going to grab my new color, and I'm going to just insert that through the loop. And then to make sure it doesn't come undone while I'm crocheting, I'm just going to do a quick little knot here with my 2 ends. Okay, there we go. And so for this round, we're going to be doing more of the 3 double crochets in groups. But this time we're going to have side sections, okay? So it's not all corners. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do little loopy slip stitch there. I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to do 3 double crochets, or I'm sorry, 2 double crochets. The first chain 3 space counts as a double crochet. Okay. And that's actually all we're going to do for this one, all right, because we're not at a corner. We're just on the side. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go into that chain 1 space, okay, and this is going to be one of our corners again. And we're going to do, just like the row before, 3 double crochets. We're going to do another chain 1, and then 3 more double crochets into that same space. All right. And that's how all of the corners and the rest of the rows are going to go. It's always going to be the 3 double crochets with the chain 1 and then 3 more double crochets when we get to the end of our row, like where the corner is, to make our corner. And then for all of the side pieces, we are going to be doing just the 3 double crochets and moving on to the next section. And so every new row is going to end up having more of those side pieces than the row before it. And yeah, so whenever you feel like starting with a new color, even if it's just only been 1 row or 2 rows, feel free. It's however you want your granny square in the end to look. And then we're just going to repeat it 3 more times. And then you're going to make the mommy version, the bigger version, bigger. So the smaller one will have 6 rows altogether, and the larger one is going to have 9. So however you want to divide that up, to make your bag look a little more unique. And then we'll get to how to put them all together. All right, so once you have all of your squares made, you can go ahead and just weave in your ends, and then we'll get going. All right, so for my totes, I'm going to be introducing a 4th color. All right, so this is how it's going to go together. Okay, so we got 3 there. And so I'm just going to take my first 2 and I'm going to line them up. And a good way to ensure that they are lined up properly is to make sure that the holes, you know, between the fans are all lined up. All right, and then I'm going to take my new yarn, get that ready. And I'm going to start in the corner here. I'm going to put my hook through that, and on the other one, through there. And I'm going to bring my yarn in through both. Make sure you have plenty of tail space so that we can weave that in easier. Okay, and then I'm going to chain just to get that started, and then I'm just going to do single crochets all along the top here. All right, so you're going to make sure that the stitches all line up. You're just going to go through both and then do your single crochet. One good way to make sure that you're always staying constant is to just keep your fingers in between the loops. That way you know everything is lining up the way it should. All right, so we've reached our first end. All right, so there's the first one. So now, all right, so we're going to bring our next piece over, line it up. And then we're going to follow that line. All right, so we're going to have to move into this one the same way. So insert the hook to the top of that corner, and then into the top of this corner, and bring it through. Chain 1 and keep going. All right, so there's the 2 lines. Then what we need to do is connect them. Okay, so we're going to flip that over. And we're going to keep going around to this edge. All right, so now it should look like this with the 2 connected, border on 3 sides of the one. You flip it over, there's only the 1. Okay, so now remember the goal is so that they're all sitting in half like that. So our very last stitch is this one right here. All right, so between these 2 that are already connected. cut. I'll weave that in after. So now we have this. Nice, cute little border on both sides. And so now what we have to do is make our little strap that's going to go up and around here. Okay. All right, so when you fold it accordion style, we're going to be working into these two holes right here. Okay. And then chain one. And then instead of going through these here, we're going to go around the posts. Chain one, or I'm sorry, single crochet, single crochet, single crochet, and then through here, single crochet. All right, we're going to chain two, flip it over, and then we're going to do half double crochets for that row. All right, chain two, flip back over, and repeat. All right, so once we have our 29 rows, we are going to make sure everything lines up. And we're going to start working into this corner piece on the other side. Okay. So to do that, we are first going to want to do a stitch, a single crochet into that chain space between the posts. Okay. And then going back through our strap and then around the post, we are going to do another single crochet. And then with the fourth, we are going to skip. Whoops. Okay. All right, so then we're going to go into our first chain here, or I'm sorry, our first stitch. We are going to skip the first post. We're going to go into the second, flip around, grab the yarn, pull through, and then single crochet. And We're going to do this for each one of those middle posts. All right, and then doing one last single crochet into that space there. Cut. And then pull through. Okay, and then from there, we are just going to weave in our ends. Otherwise, get your cute little mini tote. All right, so we're going to do the same thing with our larger pieces. We're going to follow the same exact pattern that we did for the little one. However, it's going to be a bit thicker, so it should have 6 wide instead of the 4. And then instead of going 29, we're going to do 39. And then you're going to attach it just like you did before, and then weave in your ends, and you've got a cute little tote for you and your little mini. Well, that does it for today. Thank you for watching my video. I really appreciate your support, and I hope you guys enjoy your mommy and me totes. If you like these kinds of projects, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more ideas. I do try to post new content once a week. You can also follow me on social media for quick links, upcoming videos, and so on. So I'll see you next time.